Hello, friends and family. It is a big day today, so we're going to do something big. I am turning 50 today, and normally I don't want gifts. Normally, you don't ask for gifts as an adult. It's like if you want a gift, you just go buy it. So this year, though, I'm going to ask for two things from you. The first one is really simple, like just watch this video to the end. I tried to keep it short, but please watch the video. Second thing, I'm going to reveal at the end. So I think that's it for now. Let's go check out. Let's see what we're going to do big. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
This is the location we were when we first got the cabin. Before we opened the door, turned the key, we prayed, we dedicated this place to God and His work. And we had a lot of miracles happen and a lot of confirmations. We are absolutely certain God wanted us to have this cabin and use it for Him, and ask us sometime about it. We also pray a lot for this place and just pray for God's presence. Go back inside, it's snowing, and let's talk about how we're doing on that and how God's doing on that. Come on. Okay.
One of the visions that we had up here is just having this be a place of restoration for people to come and just experience God's presence. I'm going to have Angie come over here. We have had several women's retreats up here. That's been a great opportunity for women to just get away from the busyness and just all of the things that they're responsible for at home, and just to be able to take care of themselves too, and just experience healing and restoration of their souls as
Every
well.
time we've been up here for a women's retreat, God always handpicks the people, and there's always a breakthrough and some kind of healing with every single group that we brought up.
We've had men's retreats up here where, like Angie had said, that God has handpicked men for these retreats. It's interesting how He'll just bring a group of men together and just they just mesh. God's presence has been here through all of them, and we've witnessed just tears as we sit at the kitchen table and we just hash stuff out. Things happen here with the men's retreats. We've seen marriages getting restored. We've had men praying for hours and hours on end, where it was just like revival. We've had men stand outside just in awe of God's nature with the hikes. So yeah, it's just been incredible.
And I think of like a couple life-changing things. We've had a couple guys that have been challenged on tithe, 2 different retreats, 2 different times. One of them, there was actually a pastor here to really help kind of teach and things like that. So it was beautiful. And these guys afterwards, as far as I know, they're still tithing, but they said that, yeah, this has been life-changing to actually tithe and be challenged on it. They got it, they understood it. And normally when everybody gets here, we ask guys to share their name, where they work, and why they're here. And usually it's like, I'm Tim, I'm in a factory, my life is in shambles and my wife is ready to leave me, I need help. And like, this is like within 5 minutes. It's that powerful. So guys, don't let that scare you, but it's just something about like, there's safety here, there's peace and God's presence, and He just like cleans that stuff out. It's just so awesome.
And the next thing you know, we're up till like 2, 3 in the morning, and we're like, guys, it's time to go to bed now. We need to quit talking.
Yeah. So they're awesome.
Another ministry that we like to do up here too, that God's placed on our hearts, is marriages. And so we've been able to lead like about 6 marriage intensives up here with couples who are in crisis. I mean, this is like their last ditch effort.
One at a time.
Yep, and we do one-on-one with them. So they stay here at the cabin, and Tim and I stay off-site somewhere else, but we do all of our meeting time with them at the cabin here. It's just a really cool experience to see their lives change. We've had, we start like Thursday evening, and then the couple's here until Sunday morning. So it's pretty intensive. Tim will tell you kind of what the layout is of it, but it's been very powerful, and God has just really moved in these marriages. And they're all still married.
Yeah. And basically what we do at these things, Thursday to Sunday, and we have tons of books that we've read over the years, and they would be like small groups we've taught, all kinds of things like that. And then there's about 16 hours of psychotherapy and some psychoeducation. So just helping people be aware of themselves and kind of heal themselves. Then we work on healing the marriage. And I mean, every time we come up, we know what's going on before, and we're always like, I don't think we can do this. And that's the point we need, because then God's like, you're right, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, we've had miracles happen. It's actually pretty amazing, of things that we would think about like, wow, if we were in the midst of that, I don't know that I could survive that. But God just really moves Holy Spirits here, and man, Jesus becomes alive.
And I can't tell you like how many F-bombs have been dropped on this couch, but also how many chains have been dropped on this couch. Like I just think through the couples who have come, and I can remember those moments where I can see people just go, oh, and they get it, and they're changed in a moment. It's just so powerful. All right, so this is all the great stuff going on here. We do have some needs though. So right now we feel like our retreats, our stays here are priced fairly, market rate. But we've had a significant increase in our property taxes and also our energy costs. And we are working with the DNR on some land management things where we can hopefully get the property taxes down. But what we're running into is we can't get enough revenue because our expenses are so high to take care of the problems that are causing the high expenses. So Jeff's going to talk a little bit about what we have going on.
Yeah, so we have single pane windows in the cabin, and there's just a really small piece of glass that allows just a river of air rushing through the windows, and it really just cools the whole cabin. Also on the roof, there's only one layer of wood with a small piece of 1/2-inch foam, and then there's shingles over the top of that. So literally the heat is going through the roof and heating the woods instead of the cabin. And what we're planning on doing is removing the shingles. We're going to be adding 4 inches of foam with another layer of OSB and then shingles on top of that, which will give us to about an R22-ish. And then we're really going to be able to keep the heat inside. Also with the new windows, we're planning on doing a insulated glass, and then that way we're able to keep the heat inside as well.
Another piece of this whole thing is right now we only have like 1 or 2 windows that open in the cabin at all. We did replace the furnace a while back to get better efficiency, and that helps. But we need this place to be comfortable, because if you think of people in crisis or people who are searching or whatever, if they're really hot or really cold, they can't focus. So we really do need to make this happen. And what I'm asking for, here's gift number 2. I'm asking for $8,000 for the windows and $9,000 for the roof. We're providing all the labor, but we're getting good quality stuff that's going to really help us keep our costs down. And there's 2 ways to do this. I'm not looking for one person to do it all unless you want to. But I know I have a lot of friends, my friends have a lot of friends, and I know you know of people who have been impacted here. And I'm looking for everybody to just do a little bit. Normally what happens is Carol posts on her Facebook, happy birthday to the best hubby ever, blah, 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 blah. And I get like 200 birthday likes and wishes on her page, and I get like 3 on mine, because she's the popular one. But what I'm asking for this year is I'm asking for everybody to dig a little deep and give to this project. Unfortunately, it can't go through the nonprofit because just the way it's set up, we 4 actually own the cabin. Nonprofit doesn't own it yet, so it won't be tax deductible, but you will be making a kingdom impact. This is Treasures in Heaven. And if everybody digs a little deep, whatever you're going to spend for going out to eat, anything like that, just if you would give us to this project, it'll make a difference, and we'll get this thing done. So I appreciate it. We're going to have Venmo listed in the video. That's the preferred way because the costs are lower, but we also have a GoFundMe if you don't have a Venmo. They do charge about 3%. So we're looking at every single penny we can be a good steward of. We want to have that happen. So thank you so much for your gift. That's gift number 2. You already gave me 1 if you're still here, so thank you. And let's get this thing done together.